Submissions, Communication, Additional Notifications and Link Instructions tabs. You will recall that we have dealt with the Activity, Announcement Details, Type and Subtype, Announcement Documentation and Supporting Documentation tabs in previous sessions. In this session, we'll deal with the Communication tab, the Additional Notifications tab, and the Linked Instructions tab. The user will need to select the Communication tab. The purpose of this tab is to add a comment to the instruction or upload an additional communication file. The user can add a comment by typing the comment in the comment box. The user can type up to 1,000 characters. The user will then click the Add button. The system will save the comment and reflect it in the grid. The grid displays the date and time the comment was added, the name of the person that added the comment, and the actual message. If the user wants to upload a file with comments, the user needs to click on Select and select the file that needs to be uploaded. The name of the file will appear in the field called File. The user will then click on the Add button. The system will upload the file and reflect it in the grid. The grid will display the date and time the file was uploaded, the name of the user that uploaded the file, and the name of the file that was uploaded. The user can remove a comment or a file by selecting the relevant comment or file in the grid and then click on the Remove button. The system will delete the relevant comment or file. The grid will reflect the latest comment or file at the top of the grid and the oldest one at the bottom. The user can select the Additional Notifications tab. The Additional Notifications tab is used to add the contact details of additional people that need to be notified once the announcement is disseminated. The person will be notified by SMS or email depending on the selected method. The user needs to type in the name of the person in the Contact Name field. The user will then type in the email address and select the Send Email Notification if the person is to be notified by email. If the person is to be notified by SMS, the user will type in the cell phone number of the person in the cell phone number field and select the Send SMS Notification. Please note that the user can add both the email address and cell phone number for the contact person. The user must then click on the Add button. The system will add the information to the grid. The user can add as many people on this list as required. The user can remove the details of a contact person by selecting the line in the grid and then click the Remove button. The system will remove the relevant contact person's details from the grid. The user can edit the details of the contact person by selecting the line item in the grid and clicking on the Edit button. The system will display the information. The user can edit the detail and then click on the Update button. The user can now select the Linked Instructions tab. The purpose of this tab is to link instructions together and enable the user to search for one announcement type and subtype, and the system will display all the announcements linked together. For example, when the company negotiates an acquisition, the first announcement will probably be a cautionary. This might also result in a renewal of the first cautionary before the final terms are announced, and maybe the pro forma financial effects might be announced at a later stage. The user will link the renewal of cautionary to the original cautionary, the terms announcement to the cautionary renewal, and the pro forma financial effects announcement to the acquisition terms announcement. When the user searches for acquisition, the system will reflect the terms announcement, and when the user accesses the Link Instructions tab, it will reflect all the announcements that this instruction is linked to, and the user will be able to view those announcements. The Linked Instruction screen has 3 sections. At the top, it will reflect the instructions already linked. The second section is the Search Criteria section. The user can select one or more of the criteria items. The instructions found in the database based on the search criteria will be reflected in the third section called the Search Results section. The user will start with the search. For this training's purpose, we will only search on the issuer name. The user will click on the right arrow at the right-hand side of the issuer field. A list of issuer names will be displayed. The user will then select the relevant issuer. The user will then click on Search. The system will display a list of announcements that were disseminated for this specific issuer. The user will then select the relevant announcement in the grid, and the system will link that announcement instruction to the current instruction that the user is in the process of creating, and it will reflect the detail of the instruction in the top grid. Once an instruction is linked, the user can remove the link by selecting the item in the Linked Instructions grid and then click on the Remove button. Please refer to Announcement Submission, Correction and Workflow Tracking for the next video in this series.